Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of American Truck Simulator. Today I am still driving for Chems Oil. We are still in Prim, we're where we left off last time practically. But we are hauling a little bit of a different load. We're hauling 42,000 pounds of sulfuric acid and we're going back to Phoenix, Arizona. So we're leaving Nevada going back to Phoenix, Arizona. We're going to get $40,000 from this trip. We have 19 hours to complete this job, and we are going 347 miles. It's going to take us 9 hours. We should be okay. We have about 8 hours and 50 minutes to sleep, so well, we should actually start going, because if we don't, we're probably going to be pretty tired by the time we get there. So this was just a good run immediately right back to Phoenix. Then maybe we can hopefully drive for the Phoenix company now. Maybe there will be some pretty good runs. But this looked like a pretty cool trailer, because it is actually, once we get onto the main street, I'll show you. We'll take a quick stop, take a look at it before we head out. Hopefully it won't take too long, because I would like to get there without having to stop to rest. So let's just take a look at this real quick. It is a really long 4-axled tanker. It is a super long tanker, which is pretty cool. I don't think I've seen this in the game before, or at least I never had the option of hauling it, but with the new update, or the most recent update, I was able to swap over to the longer trailer, which might hurt me in the long run. Did those rear tires turn? No, that wouldn't make much sense. I don't even know how that would be possible. Anyway, let's go ahead, not kill the truck. Man, I really gotta, the clutch is so different in this truck. The clutch and the weight of these trailers has really just made me fail recently. All right. So we are on our way back to Phoenix, Arizona. We just came from there in the last episode. And my game is still broken. It is still telling me to stop by way stations. So I'm not really sure what's going on. You guys probably told me what's happening in the last episode, but that was just literally finished recording. So I have not seen that yet. How are we doing on fuel? Where is my fuel? Oh, we're doing fine. We got plenty. I don't want to have to stop. I'm trying to cut down the gap right now because we have to rest in 8 hours and 26 minutes, but we have 8 hours and 50 minutes till we get there. So I'm trying to kind of cut that down a little bit to hopefully get to the point where I don't need to stop and rest. Oh, okay. Wait for an opening. Oh, that's a nice Dodge Ram. Why are all these people stopping? The next person that stops, I'm going to go. Okay. There's not a stop sign here. You're holding me up. Okay, you know what? No, stay. You stay. Because you keep stopping, and you're just going to get the longest line of cars behind you ever. I'm just going to sit there for 40 minutes. Just not going to happen. Just let me go. Just let me go. So we're immediately leaving Nevada right back into California. That's great. All right. So, recently I have been talking with Alex, the Northern Alex. He's been a Code Zero member for a very long time. He's a good friend. Our schedules have been the farthest from synced completely. We've been very off our schedules for quite some time now. But I recently started talking with him again, and we both realized we never played American Truck Sim multiplayer together. We talked about it all the time, and ETS2 multiplayer, and never got around to it. So there might be some American Truck Sim multiplayer returning, hopefully. Because, yeah, I miss playing with Alex. It's been too long, and you know, it sounds like a really fun thing to do is play some more American Truck Sim multiplayer, especially after all the updates. I'd like to see some of that. Really wish traffic was still in it, but it is what it is. There's also some other games we're thinking about. I know Alex is really excited for Farming Sim 2017, I think is the newest one coming out. I'll probably jump in there and play that a little bit. And I think even he is getting a ARMA server set up. So ARMA definitely might be on the thing, and that might be a thing that all of Code Zero is going to do. So me, Zach, Polecat, Jeff, Alex, and anybody else that we can get in there and join us. But that might be a lot of fun. I haven't played Arma in years. It's been a long time since I played Arma. Last time I played Arma, we installed way too many mods, and it turned into Death Simulator instead of Arma. It was just literally like, let's spend 40 minutes to get ready, get to the location we need to get to, get shot, and lay on the ground, bleed out for another 10 minutes, and not actually be able to do anything. You know, it was one of those where it's just like, that was just, it sucked. Just being consistently killed and not actually being able to do anything. I'm not sure what kind of mods they have set up on their server, but I know that they said that they have a Vietnam mod, the new Vietnam mod that came out, I guess. I'm not really sure. I haven't kept up to date on Arma things, really. But Alex mentioned that they're doing a Vietnam thing, which is really cool. I haven't played a good Vietnam war game in a while. I remember Battlefield Vietnam from a long time ago. I think that was like shortly after they did like Battlefield 1942 and stuff like that, like that era of gaming. So I know that they're doing Vietnam, and they can also even just switch, so they can go from like New Age to Vietnam to stuff like that pretty easily, I think is what he was explaining to me. So yeah, I'm definitely interested in that. I want to jump in there and play some Arma. Funny story, actually, Battlefield 1942 was the first game that I ever played technically multiplayer, not on the same screen, not split screen, like online multiplayer. I think it might technically have still been local. I'm not really sure. I remember I was like, oh God, I don't know. I was pretty young, not sure what age I was. And I went into my mom's office once with my brother, and the guys at the office would all play Battlefield 1942 together in their spare time, in the off time, because I guess they were all on the same internet, or however I don't know. I wasn't asking technical questions when I was like 12. You know, I was just like, sure. It was probably younger than that, to be honest. I think I was under 10. But I remember they set us up 2 separate cubicles, and they put us in the same world. And it was the first time me and my brother, we had played many video games together, but it was the first time that we ever played a video game together without actually seeing what the other person was doing. And that is where the light switch came on, and it was like, wow, this is awesome. The fact that I can play, he can't see what I'm doing, there's no screen looking. I'm gonna stop at this way station. Or not. Continue to not stop at way stations if I'm just gonna get fined for them anyway. But yeah, that's where I was like, wow, this multiplayer thing where we're playing on 2 separate things is really cool. And then from there was a store that I remember called Megabyte. Wow. I don't know what's going on with my game. It's so broken with all these way stations and nonsense. But it was called Megabyte, and it was one of those like gaming centers. You would go in and you'd pay, I can't even remember what it was. It was like $6, $7, $8 or something like that for an hour. And you could game on their computers. And they had Battlefield 1942, they had Counter-Strike, they had a lot of different games. But I remember after getting that little bit of a fix of being able to play a game with someone that I enjoyed playing games with, which at the time was my brother, and we could have this whole new level of gaming, it was really cool. It was really, really cool. So we would go in there and would play, but because we were in this room that had all these computers linked up to the same thing, we were playing with everybody in that room, which was really cool. That was like my first experience with not just like a one-on-one experience of fighting somebody, but multiple people on multiple teams playing a multiplayer game, which is so common nowadays, extremely common. But back then it was just really like you had to go to a actual place to be able to do that. And I remember that's where I got into Counter-Strike for the first time, because after you play Battlefield for a while, you're kind of like, what do I want to do next? Counter-Strike was like the other option. I think there was literally like 3-4 games you could play. because it was all built around like playing online with the people that you were sitting next to, which was really cool. And of course led to the just screaming at somebody that you don't even know who killed you just in that room, because you know it's somebody in that room, so somebody gets killed and they just, God damn it. So yeah, it was really, I mean, it's just yeah, I remember that was a point in my life where I realized like this multiplayer thing is really cool. The fact that you can do this and you're not on the same screen is just really, really awesome. I don't know why that popped into my head, but it did. Just a story I wanted to tell. Yeah, it was just, that was the time. That was the time that, you know, I can't even remember. I don't even think I had a console at that point. Well, I did, but it was probably a PlayStation, the first PlayStation. I probably still had a Nintendo 64 at that point too. I mean, yeah, it was the 90s. Late 90s probably. Well, yeah, late 90s, because I can't remember. I don't know when the first Xbox, no. When did I start? I didn't start playing multiplayer games on the first Xbox. I started playing multiplayer games on the 360, which I think was released in 2004? 6? I'm not really sure. But yeah, I remember there was a time where you just played split screen games or solo games, or yeah, like me and my brother would get together and play. Like he would play a game and I would sit there and watch, or vice versa. I was the younger one, so it was typically me watching, but whatever. But yeah, I just remember that's how you did it. If you played a game together, it had to be something split screen. And nowadays, it's so funny that nowadays it's so hard to find games. Actually, a lot of companies, I will admit lately, a lot of developers have been deciding to make games split screen. There's been a lot of really cool, interesting looking games that have been local co-op, like split screen co-op, that I would love to play, but they're not online, which it's just so weird to think that there was one point in time where I wanted like things were split screen and then they were online, and now they're going kind of not back to split screen, but some interesting games are going to split screen, and then you're just going, well, why what that, what? That's not multiplayer. But back in the day, it was like, oh, we can play this on two separate things, two separate computers, and not see each other's screen? What? That's crazy. So it's just funny how times change and just how things are evolving constantly. But I know there's a lot of games like Gang Beasts. I would love to be able to play Gang Beasts with Code Zero. That sounds awesome. Unfortunately, well, there is an online beta, but yeah, it was way too much to do to be able to play. And you had to like request a key to be able to play online beta, and it was just like, that's a lot. So Gang Beasts would be a game that I would love to play with Code Zero. It seems like a ton of fun. The people that I've seen play it, I mean, it's awesome. It looks great. The same with like Overcooked. I wouldn't mind playing Overcooked with Code Zero. That seems like it could be some fun. But a lot of these games that do these things are very are split screen and not online multiplayer, which is just very strange. I am gonna attempt to stop at this way station, and if they give me a fine, I'm gonna be very angry. I'm gonna be pretty damn heavy. Pretty heavy. No, this seems normal. It popped up where it should. All right, let's go ahead and see. And boom, 79,661. Actually less heavy than I was with my other load. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's other people out there that had the same experience. I mean, Battlefield 1942, I really, really enjoyed that game when I first started gaming. And going to that I don't know, what do you even call that? Like a computer lounge? I'm not even sure what you would technically call a store like that, but it just had computers lined up. Just computers probably about, I don't know, 40 computers in this place. And yeah, they had Battlefield 1942, Counter-Strike. They had some other games too, if you wanted to play like single-player games and stuff like that. But I was there for the multiplayer. And it was just a lot of fun. And then me and my friends would go too. after some time of just realizing what this place was and what we could do. Me and my brother and my friends would go and stuff, and just as many people as you can get there. More people in the store, more people in the game. And it was a lot of fun. It was a time where that was multiplayer gaming, you know, in its infancy. And it's just amazing that now I know people that don't even live in the same state, don't even live on the same coast, and I can play games with them and not really have much of an issue. That's pretty amazing. It's pretty amazing how the times have changed and how gaming has evolved into what it is now, and it's just going to continue to get more and more. There's just going to be one day where we're just going to be like talking to holograms. Like I'm going to be talking to Zach. He's going to be a full hologram, and he's all the way in Pennsylvania. You know, it's just going to get to that point. Or either that or we're playing, you know, Dying Light or something, and we're in the game instead of just using a controller. We're VR'd, running on a treadmill, swinging our hands around with controllers and stuff. I mean, it's only the next thing. That's what I'm waiting for. I'm surprised no one has made some sort of platform for VR that allows you to walk. All the VR games that I've seen are just, you know, you gotta like kind of like point with the controller and be like, I'm gonna go there, and then you just teleport that way. Which is, I mean, it works for sure. It's not a, you know, bad thing, but I always thought that they were gonna come out with a little like circular, or kind of a treadmill, but maybe that wasn't that, you know, wasn't on, but you could walk and it would have a little bit of resistance to it. So you can kind of just walk around and it would be connected somehow, and you could just, instead of pointing a controller, you could just literally walk in different directions. That thing would probably be thousands of dollars, but I don't know. It would be pretty cool. You'd have to admit that. Can I go? Are you gonna go? I'm gonna go then. If you're not gonna go, I'm gonna go, because I don't know what you're doing. And I got a delivery to make. Oh, we're back in Phoenix already. Wow. I just did this trip, and I got surprised with how quick it was, and then I did it again, and still got surprised with how quick it was. Gotta make a left, right? I believe so. I believe we have to make a left. Yeah, I think we do. But yeah, so, I don't know. It's just nice to kind of think back, you know, to what... If you guys can remember, let me know. What was the first multiplayer game that you remember playing that wasn't split screen? It was actual, like, it could be local multiplayer, which I think is you're on the same network. But as long as you're not on the same screen, something that isn't split screen. What was your guys' first actual multiplayer experience? Like, what got you into realizing that, whoa, I can play? I did not run the red light. I did not run the red light. God damn it. Like, what made you realize I really enjoy playing with people that can't also see what I'm doing? Because I played a lot of GoldenEye growing up on the N64, lots of GoldenEye. Go over to my friend's house for a sleepover, you play 17 hours of GoldenEye, you get 3 hours of sleep, and then you play 17 more hours of GoldenEye. That's what it was. But I remember with that game, there was always the arguments of screen looking. Like, how'd you know I was in the bathroom in that stall? How'd you know that? Nobody would just go in there and look randomly. You had to be looking at my screen. It's like, no, I wasn't looking at, it's all that stuff. So, yeah, like, what was the first experience that you guys had that was like, whoa, I could play games with people that I enjoy playing games with, but they can't see what I'm doing? Awesome. Battlefield 1942 was just it was such a fun game. I really enjoyed that game. With everything you can do, planes, cars, tanks. It was Battlefield now, but back then. It was like the first instinct. The first instance of a Battlefield game. Okay, so where am I parking this thing? Gonna be between these two? No, it's not. It's gonna be right here. Wait, what? Ah, okay, right there. I have no idea how I'm gonna back this massive truck. Actually, kind of getting it set up right now. Nope. I knew that was going to happen. I got to straighten out more. But there's a wall right here that I don't think I'm going to be able to get near. So we're just going to have to back up a little bit. Oh, God, we're going to hit that trailer. Okay, let's... Oh, I killed the truck. Okay. Ooh, and stop. Okay. Let's just make sure that we clear this trailer. We're going to clear it. That's good. Now let's just get more over. Attempt to line ourselves up here. No. Not. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Didn't like how crooked I was. There we go. All right. This is going to be it for sure. Let's just get a little bit more. Bring it back around. Bring it a little more forward. And done. All right, parking brake on. Let's go to the outside view, take a look at this. Oh, let's turn our headlights off. There we go. That is a big trailer. That is a long trailer. Let's go ahead and drop our trailer here and see what we got. So, 352 miles, 7 hours and 40 minutes, 50 gallons of fuel, $40,000 and 1,900 XP. So, we're getting there. $40,000. We're getting a little bit of money back in our bank, which is good because these trucks are expensive. But yeah, next time I'm not going to drive for Chems Oil. We're definitely going to switch up the company, but you know, had to do it again just because it was a perfect run. So hope you guys enjoyed. Remember to hit the like button. It really does help me out. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.